Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'll be discussing supply and demand curves and supply and demand schedules and how they look on a graph. Supply and demand. Supply is the amount of product or service available to purchase, and demand is the buyer's desire to purchase those products. On the left, we have supply and demand schedules, and our demand schedule is where it says QD, quantity demanded, and our supply schedule is where it says QS, quantity supply. The general trend is is for the supply schedule. As the price increases, the quantity also increases, which makes it a positive slope. And the demand, as the price increases, the demand decreases. So moving over to a graph, this is our supply curve, and it's positive, and then this is our demand curve, and it's negative. This center point is called the equilibrium. It is the most important point for the buyer and seller to meet right in the middle, because the equilibrium is where the goods and services being bought by buyers is equal to the goods and services being produced, which means there's no surplus and there's no shortage, which is perfect for both parties. For example, if a cup of coffee, which is our example we're using, was $3, then the quantity demanded in this case would also be 3. However, let's say that the producers decide to lower the price of a cup of coffee to $2. The quantity supply would decrease from 3 to 2, and the quantity demanded would increase from 3 to 4. And if the quantity demanded is greater than the quantity supply, we have a shortage. So we do not have enough products to satisfy our customers. And if the producers decided to raise the price of a cup of coffee to $4, then the quantity demanded would be less than quantity supply. And in that case, we have a surplus, which means we have way too many goods and not enough people wanting to buy them. However, those don't really shift the actual lines, but there are factors that shift the entire lines. There are supply shifters, and there's demand shifters. So for supply shifters, we use an acronym called PIT, GO, PO, and that stands for producers, input cost, technological advancements, government and policies, and expectations. An example of the supply curve changing in this situation, we could use government and policies. Let's say the government was going to tax the producers for each cup of coffee they produced. They would be able to make less cups of coffee because of the taxes. That would change the supply curve. For the demand curve, we use an acronym called PITAR, and that stands for population, income, expectations, tastes and advertisements, and related goods. An example would be expectations. If people expected the average cup of coffee to raise from $2 a cup to $4 a cup, they would naturally go and buy more cups of coffee at $2 before they allowed it to raise to $4. That would increase the demand and therefore shift the demand curve. That about sums it up. Thank you so much for watching.